That's more what I wanted. I've been having so many problems with this stream. I apologize. I, the settings, they've really goofed up the settings. But I see that a lot of people are here. We have Frank the Tank, Zero Ninja, Zero Cool Ninja, Aunt Sandy Skinks, Major WD, Hissy Fit, Pet Therapy and Rescue, Frank the Tank. Did I already say that? I don't remember. Yotaro. All right, great. Well, where are we here today? What are we doing today? We are going to attempt to work with some of these yellow zebras, I think. I want to make sure you can hear me, first of all. Can you everybody hear me clearly? I would love to get some of the really most yellow, most stripy zebras out of this bin and into another one so that we can get a really good colony going. Sorry, bumping into the camera there. I see we have Jay's Crazy Obsessions. Been a while. Nice to see you back. Atypical Girl, welcome back. Round one, Chet and Thomas Thompson. Good. I can see some really yellow individuals here. I don't know if I can focus on them, but like see that young one there? Really, really yellow. Some of these here have a lot of yellow in them and some less yellow. So there are strains that don't keep the yellow as they get older and some that do, and hopefully this is one that does. We'll see. Sorry, it's been kind of crazy over here. Today especially has just been really, really crazy. So I think what I'm going to do, hopefully, I want to move a few things around so that you can see very clearly into this plastered bin or plastered deli cup, and then I can start moving isopods into it. How does that sound? Let's do that. So here's the plastered bin. I'm going to start scooping yellow isopods that I see into this little plastered bin, and you can help me out with my color blindness to see if we're getting really yellow isopods or not. Need some more light too. Let's see, I have some more lights I can clip around and see if this will work. If that actually kind of helps, I think. We'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm using a little scoop and I've got my paintbrush here. But then I'm being pretty clumsy too, so. That's not the yellowest one. I know it's really boring to look at that, and I apologize. I'm going to try to remedy that as I scoop some of these up. But this one is really, really yellow. It's like one of the brightest yellows I've seen. I'm just having a hard time getting this one out. Doesn't want to come. There it goes. This is extremely yellow, like it's popping. I see Mike Reed's here. Oh, sorry. There's something wrong with the settings, and it's making it so I have to read this sideways. But Mike Reed's here. Caught in the zebra doggy. It may be because it's vertical and it's horizontal. I just wanted it to be horizontal. But every time I told it to be horizontal, it would say it wasn't horizontal, and I needed to change it. And it wouldn't listen to me. It was really weird. I mean, I just wish they'd make it go back to the way it used to be, where I didn't have to worry about being horizontal or vertical. It's just, it was horizontal. End of story. Really pretty nice. That's how I feel about it, but you all can tell me what you think too, of course. But that's what I think. Okay, I found some really yellow ones here. Let's zoom in there. I do have to do a shorter one today. I have to be done by about 5:40ish, because for my wife's birthday, which is pretty close, she wanted to go to book signing. Let me see if I can make this higher up. I want it to be higher up. I'm gonna try that. Whew. Knocking stuff down. I really would just want to be able to see right into here, and maybe can make that work. Is that gonna work? I don't know. Well, we'll see. I think all of these are pretty yellow. Using the paintbrush. Maybe that's actually worse lighting wise. I think it maybe is. Maybe that's better, and I'll just zoom in a little bit. And thank you. I will tell her that folks said happy birthday from the live stream. We've been together 27 plus years now. A long time. I definitely want to make sure she has a happy birthday. Let's see. There's several authors involved, but one of them is, wow, I know this. Charlie Holmberg. That's the one she's going for. That is the reason she's attending, my understanding. Okay. This one looks pretty yellow, but I don't know if you can even see that. No, it's too close to focus. Individual on the bottom isn't much yellow. Okay, we're gonna have to get that one out. Secret to a long, happy marriage. Well, I think one is actually spending quality time together and like quantity time together too, both. You can't, there's a certain degree of, there's something to be said for some focused quality time, but it also has to be quantity time together. That's at least my take on it. You have to have both. I think that's important. Yeah, there's some pretty good zebras here. I don't know if you can see quite what I'm seeing or not. Some of you can probably see it a lot better than I can with my color deficiency. So that's part of the reason I'm relying on you. I want to show this one, see what people think, if that's gonna even work. No, it's kind of hard to see. Oh, that's better. Does that one look yellow? I can't really, it looks kind of yellow to me, but I can't really tell. Just a tad bit. Maybe that's not yellow enough then. I really want to get a nice strong yellow strain going here. So I'm hoping to separate out the yellowest of the yellow. Oh, this one's nice and strong yellow and also fairly large. It's not full size by any means, but it's bigger than some of the other ones. So let's take a look at this one and tell me what you think, if I can focus on it. Wow, that's rough. Okay, can you see that one? How does this one look? Very yellow. Okay, that one's going in. Okay, that was a pretty big one. I see some more really, really yellow ones in here. I know that some strains can have some, like only males or females or something. I don't remember which one it is, if it's only males or only females, that are really yellow. So I'm hoping to don't mess that up. This one looks really yellow to me. What do y'all think? Should that one go in the yellow bin? This is a nice yellow one, okay. I'm hoping to get at least 30 out of this bin that are both very striped without any spots. For those of you who may not know, most yellow strains in the hobby of Armadillidium maculatum are yellow but also very spotty. And nothing wrong with that if that's what you like. I mean, you know, it's fine. But I'm trying to get a line of really stripy yellow ones. And yellow does seem to be a recessive gene, but there's something else maybe going on too. From what I understand, the spotted version is also a recessive gene, but it's in a lot of stock. And so it takes some time to get it out. And when I first got this yellow stock, it was very yellow, but it was not very stripy. So I've been working on stripy as well as yellow. And I've been taking, I'm using this bin to put individuals that don't belong in the, these are gonna go in my random bin. Like this one's a high white on the left, and then the other one is spotty, yellowish, but not, yeah, so these are, that's what I'm working on, is the yellow and the stripy. That's what we want, you know what I mean? Very yellow, very stripy. Oh, there's a yellow one, I think. I'm gonna ask for your, did anybody happen to see my Instagram post from today with the aquatic isopod? I posted it thinking it was Caesidotea, and then someone told me that species is being renamed, and it's going to be replaced in a different genus. The further they get away from the camera, the less yellow they look, and I think that kind of makes sense to me. But there's some in there that look kind of spotty. So Bioscapist, what species of millipede you working with those babies? I'm far from a millipede expert, but I have bred a few species, and maybe I can help you out a little bit. I hope so. How's this one looking? Wow. Sorry, the focus is rough. Is that one yellow enough? Woo! It's going to take a dive whether it's yellow enough or not. Maybe we can go through them later and see if there's any we need to pull out. Probably ought to do that. I feel like this one's a good yellow. How's that one looking? Yellow enough? Okay, Bioscapist. Ivories, okay. You can leave ivories with the babies. In fact, there may be some beneficial effects from doing so, in that the babies may inoculate themselves with some of the frass of the adults and help get their gut flora going in the right direction. That's my understanding, and like I said, far from an expert in millipedes, but I have bred ivory successfully, and that's my understanding. Let's get a focus on this one. This one's pretty yellow, but kind of spotty. So that's going in my random bin. Okay. This is pretty big and pretty yellow, I think. What do you think? Is that a good yellow? Rah, it's taken off. I guess that one is going in the yellow bin, but People are saying it's a nice yellow one anyway, so there we go. I am wearing a headlamp to help me see because with color deficiency, I need all the help I can get. The brighter the light, the better I see it. This one looks pretty yellow. What do you think? Waiting for some people to chime in before I do it. Okay. I just need a little bit of confirmation. Andrew, shout out from the Philippines. Fantastic. Great to see you here. Speaking of millipedes, you have some interesting millipedes in the Philippines. Do you ever encounter like Trigonulus macropygus, the flame leg millipede where you are? That's such a cool species. I have a couple of them. Trying to get a breeding colony going again. Mine are pretty young, still pretty small. Yellow maculatum looks so much like Armadillidium bodium. I could see that. Oh, Isopods here. Did I welcome Isopods? I hope so. Let's see. My gesture of breeding and cohabiting with my rainbow millipedes, no problem. They seem to be leaving the plants alone too. So far, the experiment is working out nicely. Okay, I hope it keeps going. And yeah, I have limited knowledge of what kind of isopods you can get in the Philippines too. So Hissifit, that's a great question. What do you get there? I think you have Porcelaonides prenosis red koi available, but that's, I don't know what else you've got. This one is spotty. So that's going in the random bin. All right, ooh, this one looks pretty yellow. Let's take a look. What do you think about this one? Maybe a little bit, those stripes are a little bit broken. Yeah, it is yellow, but the stripes are a wee bit broken. It's fun to dig around in here and just see how many are so yellow. Like this is a vibrant yellow, I feel like, but it's also kind of spotty. Let's see what you think. Vibrant yellow, but kind of broken. Yeah. Let's do the random bin for that one. Ooh, this one's pretty vivid and it doesn't look too spotty to me, so let's see. We got to get a closer look though. Sometimes they turn themselves over in the spoon and then it's really tricky. Can't see them. Well, too bad for that one. I'm putting it back in because I can't get it to turn over. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Andrew, you imported Montenegro. That is awesome. Okay, here's a pretty one that's going in the random bin for sure, but I just wanted to show you because it's these ones that this colony has been producing a decent number of them. I'm trying to get them out, not because I don't think they're cool, but because I don't want them. They're like a high white. They look almost blue in some lights. It's like almost translucent instead of white too. So that's going in the random bin. Part of the problem here is that there's tons of them in this bin, but they're burying themselves. And at least I can take, there's some I just like, oh, that goes in the random bin right away. Oh yeah, Bioscapist. That was really fun talking to Kevin from Boogie Down Bugs. He definitely knows his millipedes. He's like one of the premier millipede people out there as far as I'm concerned. He has taken the millipede hobby some steps forward. He taught me a lot about millipedes. How's this one? Oh yeah, Andrew, you should totally get zebras. They're so fun. Okay, this is the yellow one. That one's coming. Wins the prize. Passes muster. Wow, that one is like crazy. It's one of those diluted ones, but it's cool looking. Kia detto ciao. Keeping fish too. I'm glad you're here. Oh, Lisa, welcome. Yeah, Lisa just barely received some zebras and some other isopods from me. They were delayed in the post for a while, but they eventually got there and everybody was fine. Here's another one of those high white ones, like a reverse zebra. That's what we should call them, reverses. Okay, here's one that I don't know. It's nice striping, but I don't think it's all that yellow. What do you think? So Aubrey, you know, it's not that unusual for gestroids, especially for the adults to die off about the time they produce lots of babies. Especially if they're nice and big. If they are big and they're doing that, like really big, that just seems to be a thing that happens often. I think that gestroi are a little bit more R strategy than some other isopods. Um, and isopods they're not like full R strategists in general. They're capable of producing multiple broods of, of young, but um, gestroi seems more shifted towards R strategy, where it produces a whole lot of babies, but it may only have one reproductive event. But that's not necessarily going to happen all the time, but it seems like they're more shifted towards that. Does that make sense? So this one looks pretty good, right? Oh, did we get a super sticker? I'm checking. Did I miss one? I appreciated whether it came through or not. I don't see one, but I could be doing something wrong. Broken stripe. Okay, going in the random bin. How many do we have in there now? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Oh, sorry. I'm messing with the light effects. There's like 17 or so in there, it looks like. And most of them are really yellow, but we'll go through it again and just pull out anything that's not really yellow if we can. So keeping fish 2, I do sell isopods. I'm limited in the number of species that I can ship. I can only ship approved isopods. Okay, Aubrey, well, I would check all the normal husbandry things, but if you're doing everything right, it may just be that, that's broken spotted, that your gestroi are doing that where they produce a whole bunch of babies and then pass away. Especially if the babies are doing well. That's a good sign that your husbandry is good. Oh, maculatum had a quaggamorph. That would be cool. That would be the perfect name for it too. Quaggamorph. Therapon 100. Those of you who might not know the quagga or the quagga, I've heard it both ways. It is a type of zebra that has basically stripes in the front and the back half of the body is not striped. That would be so cool. Okay, so this is the yellow one. Pretty good striping on that. Let's see. How about this one? They're looking pretty yellow. This one looking yellow. Tara, I wish I could ship to Canada. I cannot. I don't have all the permits and whatnot to be able to do that. So isopodacy. I have a Pure Line, the Pure Line American Magic Potion, original Magic Potion. I do have that. I don't have pure line Japanese. I don't know how common the pure line Japanese is in the US, to be honest, because there was so much confusion about which one was what and where they were coming from for so long, that the only reason I know that what I have is pure line magic potion, because I got it from Kyle Candelian, and he's the one who got it from the original discoverer and selectively bred the stock from the original discoverer to produce it. That's the only reason that I know that. Here's another high white reverse. We're going to call these reverses. Should I isolate these? I have enough of them. I could probably isolate them. I don't know. Might take a couple generations. Yeah. Oh, now I got a sticker. That's fantastic. I'm not sure if it'll let me interact with it. But that is an awesome sticker. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa Sparkman. I'm really glad you enjoyed your isopods that you received, and I appreciate that. I'm behind, obviously, here, but I'm catching up. So Aubrey, sea marina mammy, which is a hybrid of tangy and papaya. Is tangy the tangerine? If that is true, and they are both Cubaris marina, which papaya is, and I'm not as familiar with the tangy, but if it is a marina, then it's fine because it's just a morph. It's the same species in both cases, so you're not mixing species, you're just mixing lines. As long as it's identified as, a unique line from other things. Whoa, that's a yellow one, it's going. Then, yeah, I don't see a problem with that at all. It just needs to be labeled in such a way as to cause it to not be confused with other morphs. And since it comes from one species, I don't see any issue at all. Very cool, in fact. Ooh, this is an interesting one. That might be a champagne phenotype there. Let me see if I can get to that one. Oh no, it's just molting. Never mind. And they molt sometimes. Half the body looks different, and I only saw half the body, so it looked really weird. Okay, this one. Can we focus? What are we thinking? Yellow? A little broken though. So Hissy Fit, I do have plenty of clowns. I do have some lavas available, so contact me and we'll see what we can do. All right. Oh yes, like Spike, please. I would be most grateful. Okay, I want to show you the contrast between some of these isopods, okay? Look at that. Look at the difference in that yellow with that one individual. These others are slightly yellow, and that one is just like, bah, bah, bah. So I'm going to try to get that one out of the acorn cup it's hanging out in. Tap it with my paintbrush here a little bit. Oh, that was easy. And can't focus, having focus troubles, but look how yellow that is. That's super yellow, right? So that one's going into the new bin. I noticed a lot of people were saying, yes, definitely isolate the reverses. So I'm going to have to try to motivate myself to do that. If I do it during a stream, I could do that probably. Start isolating them. I mean, there's different meanings to the term isolate, and they're both used for different things. So one of them just means separate them physically, and the other one means genetically produce a strain. And so it's kind of confusing that we use both of those. That we use that term for both of those processes, as they're connected but separate. They're not the same process. How we doing? I guess I only have about 5 more minutes, huh? That being the case, let's focus on what I've got right now. And I would like you to help me. I know these are all going in the rando bin because they're random. And then I can always pull out some of the reverses later. But let's take a look at this bin here. I'll zoom out a little bit. I want you to help me find ones that are not very yellow so that I can take them out. I'm sorry it's really hard for me to check the chat, everybody. Super hard to check the chat because it's sideways, because why did YouTube break it? But they did. Let's see. CRISPR-Cas9. Some genetically modified isopods. We could probably do some interesting things with that. But yeah, expensive. Okay, I think I know the one you're talking about, but now I lost him. I think it's this one right there. Is that right? That's the one that's not very yellow. Oh, I dropped him. Come hold on to my paintbrush, my friend. I will take you to a magical land called a different bin. Okay, got him. Got him in the spoon. Let's make sure this is the right one. Is that the one that's not very yellow? Because I'll just put him in the random bin if so. Okay, that's him. Anybody else not very yellow? Anybody else standing out as not very yellow? I feel like the one... I feel like this one is not as yellow as the others. Am I right? Is that true? Jesse King, welcome. And I'm glad you enjoyed this because it's something I would do a lot more. I honestly want to do more of this kind of stuff, but I've been holding back because I didn't know if people would like it. Sorry, I'm just trying to... this is super hard to do with on camera because I have to fiddle with it in my paintbrush. Now I lost the one that I was going to put there, so oh well. Some that are brown instead of black, that's a good point too. All right. Yeah, the brushes really help. And I wish I could focus better on this. Can I? Let's see. It's a little bit troubling with YouTube to focus, but check out how yellow they're looking. And I think some of these are definitely old enough that even if I only got females, I'd be okay. If I only got males, I'd be in trouble, but I don't think that's the case. Kind of isopod, where's Waldo? I don't get that. That one's too spotty right there, the one right in the middle of the screen right now. Too spotty. I think I gotta take that one out. It's pretty, but it's not what we're looking for this particular project. So let's see if I can get that one out. Oh, look at me using the wrong side of my brush. That's no good. Okay. Yep, I got a spotty one out. Oh, sorry. I put it down in the wrong spot. Well, thank you. I've thought about doing something like this as like isopod ASMR and just focusing a little bit more on the relaxing aspect of it. If that would be interesting in a live stream or just a long format video, let me know, where I'm just talking, making sure I have my good microphone, which I don't. I just have my phone right now because my iPad wasn't charged up enough. But if that would be interesting, then I would be interested in doing it. So we've almost gone out of time, not quite. Let's see. I need to be done in the next couple of minutes. So I'm going to put, let's see. I'm going to see if I can focus on these just a second. Here's some random ones, just for giggles. We can take a look at those while I switch things around. So I don't want to, I think depriving you of the satisfaction of me putting the yellows into their own bin would be sad. So I want to give you a chance to see that. These new yellows. Let me grab that bin here. Okay, yep. I'm just gonna add a little bit more water to the moist side. Keep knocking things over. Okay, this is my the new bin where I'm putting them. And I just had my brush and dropped it. Okay, so I'm gonna release these very yellow pods into their new place. Okay, here we go. Oh no, my plaster's falling apart. Hopefully I didn't squish anybody as the plaster fell out. It's the one problem I have with the plaster. It's not very well attached to the bin. There we go. They are on their way to forming an amazing culture of really yellow videos. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Lisa, for the super chat. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. And I'm going to cut it here, but check out my video on Friday and have a good one, everybody.